introduce our guest of the show this week. His name is Dr. Antwon Martin. We're so very happy to have you here today. He has a background in teaching and works as a college professor and really just has a real heart for young people. Is that right?
Oh, definitely.
Most definitely. Okay, good. Well, you have a brand new book out, just came out in October, and we're excited to chat about this.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be kind of an interesting and constructive topic to talk about at the beginning of this year,
Yes.
Accomplishing Prodigious Goals. Let's first talk about this title.
Right.
I was telling you, I don't really know what this word means. Tell me what the title is about and why you wanted to write on this subject.
Well, the title, Accomplishing Prodigious Goals, came from a passion for young people and for this generation as a whole to go above and beyond. The word prodigious actually means remarkably impressive. So not just great, but remarkable. Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just a conqueror, but more than a conqueror. To be great, to go beyond the limitations and have lofty dreams and go where where no one has gone before.
Right. Very good.
Hit uncharted territory.
Good. Good. Nice, encouraging message. So tell me, how do you kind of equip people reading this book? What are some of the points that you give them to help them kind of, get to this place where they can achieve these amazing goals that they have? What are you teaching in this book?
Right. Well, I teach three main principles. A lot of principles, but three of the main ones are, the first one is to know how to have a never quit mentality.
Okay.
You can't allow yourself to be limited by what you're facing, what you're going through.
Sure.
And the issue is that many people think just because people have achieved and accomplished, they just make it through the door without any problems.
Right.
While some achieve because the door was open for them, most achieve because they just worked hard, they persevered, they went for it. And many times that is the message that needs to be told to this generation. The second thing is that they need to learn how to speak to potential. It's an issue of not writing down what you want to do. We have a dream, but we don't write it down. The Bible talks about writing the vision and making it plain. Sometimes you have to write down what you want to do.
Sure,
and then
I do, because I'll forget too. What am I working on?
Exactly. And the last thing is that you have to have a knack for rising to the occasion. And that requires some past trajectory, looking back at what you've done. The story of David is a good example of that. When David went to Gath and he was sitting out there and he heard Goliath talking, he got mad and he started talking back, and it got to Saul. Saul called him into his chambers, and Saul said, "You can't fight this big giant. And he's too big." But David said, "You know what? The same God that delivered me out of the hand of the lion and the bear, he can really help me here." And he used that same trajectory of what happened in the past to take him forward. And that's really what the enemy does. He doesn't want us to remember how God has done so many great things for us in the past. And that limits us from going into uncharted territories and doing great things in our future.
Yeah, very good. Nice point. Now, what kind of encouraged you? I mean, I think this is a really encouraging message, and I think it's really awesome for young people, because a lot of times, we'll think, gosh, I just don't know how to get past this obstacle, to reach this goal, or I don't really know what my goals are. What encouraged you? Was it your work with young people, kind of seeing that there was this need for this knowledge to be spread? What encouraged you to take on this project?
Well, I came from the East Coast, moved out here, and I came out here to play football, thinking I was going to be a football star, and play with great people like Chad Ochocinco and Steve Smith from the Carolina Panthers. And I thought I was going to keep playing football, go professional. And God changed my life. He came in and he took me from the football field and put me in the classroom. So at the young age of 22, I was working with 17 and 18-year-olds in high schools and teaching them math. And it really, it was inspiring to me, because when I was in high school, I had a math teacher that stood up and told me, told the whole class, don't try to do anything with numbers. You guys are not smart. You guys will not be able to count money or do things like that. And it kind of stirred something up in me to go above and beyond the expectations of people. And I became a math teacher for over a decade.
Did that teacher ever find out what you did? Let's tell him right now. No, that's awesome. That's awesome,
And it took me further, and as a result, I kept on, working with young people. I was able to mentor so many young people. I became a youth minister at the age, the young age, and just started working with young people, and then it took me to a place where I could see, I need to do more than just work with them. Let me give them some tools. And when I started working in the college, blessed to teach, and now I'm able to give them not just a few words out of my mouth, but something that they can take home and really look at and use it as a tool to take them forward in life.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing that. That's important. That's something that, you know, I think we all need. I know I need that, you know, in my life, and just kind of refocusing and staying on point and really trying to reach what God has for me.
Right.
Can you just take a couple minutes, you know, as we're kind of wrapping up, to talk to our viewers? You know, a lot of young people, you know, watch here, and they might really be interested in kind of what your book is talking about. Is there any encouragement you can give to young people out there that are trying to kind of figure out where they're going in life and how they're going to get there, and how to chase these really amazing dreams that they feel are kind of over their lives?
Right.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that your future is ahead of you, and there are so many great things ahead of you, and one of the main things you cannot do is allow yourself to reach for the acceptance of people.
Yeah.
Rick Warren said a very good thing. He said, your identity is not based on how people see you. It's not even based on what you do, but it's based on whose you are.
That's
It's
good.
based on the fact that you are a king's kid. You are a child of a royal priest, and he has a plan for your life. So what do you have to do? You have to start getting around people that are doing great things with their lives. Get around people that are going somewhere. Get around people that have an agenda. Start talking to people that, if you're going to college, start talking to people about school. If you're getting ready to start your own business, start hanging around some entrepreneurs and seeing how they're operating, what they're doing. How did they overcome their limitations and become great? And that will help you to go further in life. Your surroundings have a whole lot to do with how far you go in life.
Very good.
Don't allow people to stop you and limit you, and make sure whatever you do, don't allow the expectations of people to stop you from going forward to where God is calling you to.
Well, amen. Thank you so much for being on here. I want to tell everybody that this book is available on Amazon and also your website, which is drantwonmartin.com, right? Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and Antwon, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.